Dear students, welcome to Chemistry Fundamentals. I am Dr. Rajiv Oberoi. Now, dealing with the nucleophilic substitution reaction in haloarine. As in the previous video, we have already discussed that as compared to haloalkane, the reactivity of haloarine is quite low. As compared to haloalkane, haloarine are very less reactive. We have discussed in detail. Two reasons are there. One is presence of resonance in haloarine, and second is presence of double bond character. So I have discussed this in detail in the previous video. You can just refer that. So we have discussed that reactivity of haloarine as compared to haloalkane is quite low. Reactivity is quite low. Now, when reactivity of haloarine is comparatively low, then sure the reaction in case of haloarine is much less than that of haloalkane. They are lesser in number and difficult to occur. So all reaction taking place in haloarine are under difficult condition, though reactions are very few and that too under difficult condition. So one of the very important reaction is reaction of haloarine with NaOH aqueous. So number one, reaction with NaOH aqueous. Remember, this reaction is termed as Dawes process. What happens? If chlorobenzene is made to react with NaOH. Now we are aware that NaOH is a very reactive reagent, but since haloarine is very less reactive, therefore this reaction takes place at 623 Kelvin temperature and very high pressure. So when chlorobenzene is made to react with NaOH at 623 Kelvin, now how does this reaction proceeds? The Cl from here and H from here goes in form of HCl, and this O and A comes on the ring, converting chlorobenzene into sodium phenoxide. What is sodium phenoxide and why it is converting into sodium phenoxide? Because sodium phenoxide is a reactive intermediate. It is a reactive intermediate. So this chlorobenzene, which is very less reactive, the reason for low reactivity we have already discussed in the previous video. Now this low reactivity is proved by the high temperature and pressure that is required. So it results in formation of this sodium phenoxide, which is reactive intermediate. It forms sodium phenoxide and HCl, and now this sodium phenoxide react with HCl. Na from here, Cl from here goes in form of NaCl and converts into phenol. Means chlorobenzene converts into phenol in two steps. First, lesser reactive chlorobenzene converts into comparatively more reactive sodium phenoxide, which is the reactive intermediate, which then react with HCl to convert into phenol. It is a two-step process, and this conversion of chlorobenzene into phenol by reaction with NaOH is termed as Dawes process. This reaction is termed as Dawes process. Now, what is the reason behind low reactivity of haloarine? So I said we have already discussed that reason for low reactivity of haloarine is due to electron donating property of halo. In haloarine, halo is electron donating, ring is electron withdrawing. So this low reactivity is due to electron donating property of halo. So in order to prove, this question has been asked number of times, how we can prove? So in order to prove that low reactivity is due to electron donating property of halo, let us install electron withdrawing group. Against this electron donating group, if I install a electron withdrawing nitro group at ortho position, so this compound is ortho nitro chlorobenzene. Instead of chlorobenzene, you take an ortho nitro chlorobenzene. when this is made to react with NaOH, remember instead of 623 the temperature requirement is only 323 Kelvin. That is, temperature has reduced a lot. So this lowering of temperature for the reaction taking place at lower temperature proves that yes, haloarine has become more reactive. The low temperature requirement prove that reactivity of haloarine has increased. And why it has increased? Due to installation of electron withdrawing group, which prove that low reactivity is due to electron donating halo. So Cl from here, Na from here goes in form of NaCl, and it results in formation of orthonitrophenol. This is nitro at ortho position, orthonitrophenol. Now if one electron withdrawing group increases the reactivity, if we increase more number of electron withdrawing group, does reactivity increases more? Answer is yes. If against one electron donating halo group we install now 3 electron withdrawing nitro group at position 2, at position 4, at position 6. Against one electron donating halo we have attached 3 electron withdrawing group at 2, at 4, at 6. Now this compound is 2,4,6 trinitro 1-chlorobenzene. Does reactivity increases? So answer is yes, this reactivity increases so much that the reaction which was not possible with NaOH is now possible with even water just on warming. NaOH is a highly reactive reagent. Chlorobenzene was unable to react with NaOH under room condition, but when we install 3 electron withdrawing group, this compound is even capable of reacting with water only on warming. H from here, Cl from here goes in form of HCl. OH comes on the ring, resulting in formation of 2,4,6,1-hydroxybenzene, that is 2,4,6. Phenol also it is called as 2,4,6,1-hydroxybenzene, which is commonly termed as picric acid, and this picric acid is explosive. So these are the reaction which proves the reason for low reactivity and how the reactivity get enhanced. So these are the reaction that proves that low reactivity is due to electron donating property of halo, against which when we apply electron withdrawing group 1, if we apply 1, reactivity increases. If we apply 3, it increases more. So reactivity increases with increase in installation of electron withdrawing group, which proves that low reactivity is due to electron donating halo group. Now next reaction of haloarine is reaction with cuprous cyanide. Reaction with cuprous cyanide. So remember, when chlorobenzene is made to react with cuprous cyanide, it converts into cyanobenzene. Chlorobenzene converts into cyanobenzene on reaction with cuprous cyanide. Let us deal with the reaction. Now this chlorobenzene when made to react with Cu2Cn whole twice, that is cuprous cyanide. Chlorobenzene when made to react with cuprous cyanide, it reacts in the ratio 2:1. So 2Cl and 2Cu goes in form of Cu2Cl2, and the Cn comes on the ring, resulting in formation of 2 molecule having benzene ring with cyano group. 2 molecule having benzene ring with cyano group, this is called as cyanobenzene. Benzene having cyano called as cyanobenzene. What is IUPAC name of this compound? This compound is termed as 1-phenyl methane nitrile 1. 1-phenyl methane nitrile 1. The reason we know that this compound is termed as methane nitrile. HC triple bond N. So there is one carbon chain, one carbon is meth. Therefore this is termed as methane. This nitrogen is termed as nitrile. This compound is termed as methane nitrile 1. Now if 1H of methane nitrile if 1H of methane nitrile is replaced by phenyl. So this is termed as, this compound is termed as 1-phenyl methane nitrile 1. It is termed as 1-phenyl methane nitrile 1. So which means that chlorobenzene when made to react with cuprous cyanide converts into cyanobenzene, also termed as 1-phenyl methane nitrile 1. Now in continuation, treatment of cyanobenzene. We have converted chlorobenzene into cyanobenzene. Now question are asked, convert chlorobenzene into benzoic acid, chlorobenzene into benzamide, chlorobenzene into benzylamine. These are the questions which are normally asked both in competitive examination and board examination, competitive examination in objective type questions. So what we have done in the above reaction, we have converted chlorobenzene into cyanobenzene, chlorobenzene into cyanobenzene by reacting it with cuprous cyanide, and now this cyanobenzene can be converted into this cyanobenzene. So we are dealing with the treatment of cyanobenzene. I have already dealt with treatment of cyano group in the previous video. If you have, you can just refer that video so as to make yourself aware, or just refer that I have dealt with the treatment of cyano group, how cyano group can be treated. So we have already done that cyano can be treated in 3 ways. One is partial reduction, other is complete reduction, third one is one is partial hydrolysis, other is complete hydrolysis, and next one is the reduction. And reduction is also of 2 types. We have dealt with the Mendius reduction and the Stephan reduction. So that concept which I have already dealt with, I am dealing with again, that cyanobenzene. Now we are dealing with the treatment of this cyanobenzene. So this cyano group can be treated in 3 ways. So if cyanobenzene is treated with concentrated HCl, it undergo partial hydrolysis. 1 molecule of cyanobenzene will react with 1 molecule of water. O comes over here, 2H comes over here. So it results in formation of benzene ring, C double bond O NH2, benzene ring, C double bond O NH2, benzene ring, C double bond O NH2. A molecule of water has been added. The cyanobenzene has converted into benzamide. Cyanobenzene has converted into benzamide through partial hydrolysis using concentrated HCl. Now if we use dilute HCl, so if we use dilute HCl, it will undergo complete hydrolysis. It will undergo complete hydrolysis. We have dealt with that 1 molecule of cyanobenzene will react with 2 molecule of water. Carbon nitrogen bond will break and it will convert into, so cyano convert into benzoic acid. So cyano converts into amide. We have already dealt with, you can just refer that video. Cyano converts into amide on partial hydrolysis. Cyano converts into acid on complete hydrolysis. Partial hydrolysis converts cyano into amide. Complete convert it into acid. At the same time, if cyanobenzene is subjected to reduction, so if cyanobenzene is made to react with hydrogen in presence of nickel, if it is made to react with hydrogen in presence of nickel, so 2 hydrogen combines with carbon and 2 hydrogen combines with nitrogen. It was benzene ring with CN, 2H combines to carbon, 2 nitrogen, resulting in formation of, so remember this much, benzene ring with CH2. Remember benzene ring with CH2 is termed as benzyl. Benzene ring with CH2 is termed as benzyl. Just look for the reference. Just look for the reference. If benzene ring is having CH3, if benzene ring is having CH3, it is methyl benzene called as toluene. Methyl benzene called as toluene. Now remember, if 1 H from the toluene is removed, if we remove 1 H from toluene, the leftover is benzene ring with CH2. Benzene ring, 1 carbon, 2 hydrogen. So when there are 2 hydrogen left, that is if 1 hydrogen is removed, the leftover is termed as benzyl. So if I remove 1 H, the resultant is termed as benzyl. If I remove 1 more H, then it is benzene ring with CH. This is called as benzyl. And if I remove all the 3H, then it is benzene ring with a carbon 3 valency left over. this is called as benzo. So if this is a toluene, one H removed, it is benzyl. One more H is removed, it is benzyl. One more H is removed, it is benzo. So remember, this species is termed as benzyl. This species is termed as benzyl. This species is termed as benzo. We are using benzyl. In the reaction I am discussing, we are using benzyl. So I continue. So I said that if cyanobenzene is made to react with hydrogen in presence of nickel, so 2H combined with C, 2H combines with N, resulting in formation of benzene ring with CH2, NH2. So just now I have discussed that benzene ring having one carbon with two hydrogen. Benzene ring, one carbon, two hydrogen, this much is called as benzyl. Therefore, this is called as benzyl with NH2 called as benzylamine. This is called as benzylamine. Now, if we give IUPAC name, so chain is one carbon. We will consider this chain as main chain, reason being it is having the function group. So we have only one carbon chain. Therefore, this compound is a methane compound. One carbon chain is methane chain. Now, if one H has been replaced by amino and this is one carbon means meth or single bond in, one H replaced by NH2 amino, one H replaced by phenyl. This is called as one amino, one phenyl methane, one amino, one phenyl methane, which is commonly termed as benzylamine. So this is reaction of chlorobenzene with cuprous cyanide to convert it into cyanobenzene, and then cyanobenzene can be converted into, so I said it can be converted into one benzamide through partial hydrolysis, into benzoic acid through complete hydrolysis, into benzylamine through reduction. So we can convert chlorobenzene into these three compounds. Very, very important. Very, very important. Just remember them. Now the next reaction is reaction of chlorobenzene with ammonia. Reaction of chlorobenzene with ammonia. So remember that chlorobenzene when made to react with ammonia, this reaction takes place in presence of cuprous oxide. It's a catalyst at temperature 473 Kelvin. So chlorobenzene when made to react with ammonia in presence of cuprous oxide, one H from here, one Cl from here goes in form of HCl, and this NH2 comes on the ring, resulting in formation of one amino benzene, that is aniline. One amino benzene, that is aniline. So we have converted chlorobenzene into aniline. So conversion of chlorobenzene into aniline by reaction with ammonia, and now ammonia can be converted in this aniline could be converted into, so we know that aniline can be converted into very, very important compound, that is benzene diazonium chloride. So we have converted chlorobenzene into aniline, and this aniline can be converted into very important benzene diazonium chloride by reaction termed as diazotization reaction. I have dealt earlier also diazotization reaction. So we can convert chlorobenzene into aniline using ammonia, and then aniline can be converted into benzene diazonium chloride through diazotization. So we have already done that aniline when made to react with nitrous acid. We have discussed that nitrous acid is unstable acid. Therefore, it is prepared on the spot by reacting NaNO2 with HCl. NaNO2 with HCl. So NaNO2 when made to react with HCl, it results in formation of HNO2. This aniline react with HNO2 in presence of HCl. So aniline when made to react with HNO2. So HNO2 we have written as O double bond N single bond OH. This is HNO2. O double bond N single bond OH. So this HNO2 react with aniline in presence of HCl. This H and this O goes in form of water molecule. 2H from NH2, 1 O from nitrous acid goes in form of H2O. Then 1 OH and 1 Cl, 1 OH and 1 H. This OH and this H goes in form of water molecule. This nitrogen attached to nitrogen. Aniline is reacting with nitrous acid in presence of HCl. This H and this H2 and O goes in form of H2O. This OH and H goes in form of H2O. this N comes and attached to the nitrogen, NCl comes. So it results in formation of benzene ring with N triple bond N Cl. This is having positive charge, this is having negative charge. So why positive? I told you earlier also, this is because of shifting of lone pair from nitrogen to in between to nitrogen. So this compound is benzene. Nitrogen is called as azo. 2 nitrogen is called as diazo. There is a positive charge, therefore it is called as Em. So this is benzene diazonium chloride. It is benzene diazonium chloride, which is a very important synthetic compound utilized to prepare various other compounds. Very important. This benzene diazonium chloride is a very important synthetic reagent. So what we have done, we have converted chlorobenzene, into aniline by reaction with ammonia, and now we have converted aniline into benzene diazonium chloride, and now this benzene diazonium chloride can be subjected to conversion into another product. Very important. Next step is very important. Now suppose question is given to us. Question goes, convert chlorobenzene into bromobenzene, iodobenzene, fluorobenzene. Convert chlorobenzene into number 1 bromobenzene, number 2 iodobenzene, number 3 fluorobenzene. Remember, this direct conversion is not possible. We don't have any reagent through which we can directly convert chlorobenzene into bromobenzene, iodobenzene, fluorobenzene. That is not possible. So what we will be doing? How these conversion would be brought about? So let us deal the solution. Let us deal with the solution. Now this, what we have to do? We have to convert chlorobenzene into bromobenzene 1, iodobenzene 2, fluorobenzene 3. So we have taken chlorobenzene, make it to react with ammonia in presence of cuprous oxide. It will convert into aniline. So converted benzene into aniline by reaction with ammonia 1. Then this aniline is converted into benzene diazonium chloride by reaction called as diazotization. Converted chlorobenzene into aniline. Then we have converted aniline into benzene diazonium chloride through diazotization. And now using this benzene diazonium chloride, the other conversion is brought about. So we have already done in the preparation of haloarine. You may refer, I have already dealt with that this benzene diazonium chloride, when made to react with cuprous bromide, it react in the ratio 2:1. 2 molecule of benzene diazonium chloride will react with 1 molecule of cuprous bromide. 2Cl, 2Cu, Cu2Cl2 get removed. This N2 goes in form of nitrogen gas, and this Br comes on the ring. It react in the ratio 2:1. 2Cl, 2Cu, 1 nitrogen from 1, 2 from 2, and this Br comes on the ring, resulting in formation of bromobenzene. So benzene diazonium chloride converted into bromobenzene by using cuprous bromide. If you remember, we have already dealt. This reaction is called as Sand-Meyer's reaction. You may refer the video Sand-Meyer's reaction. Over here also I am dealing with that benzene diazonium chloride, when made to react with cuprous bromide to convert it into bromobenzene, it is termed as Sand-Meyer's reaction. Similarly, instead of cuprous bromide, if I use cuprous iodide or potassium iodide, again this I comes on the ring. The I will come on the ring and it convert it into iodobenzene. This conversion is also termed as Sand-Meyer's reaction. So when benzene diazonium chloride is converted into bromobenzene and iodobenzene by reaction with salt of copper, it is termed as Sand-Meyer's reaction. If you remember, I already dealt with that if copper metal is used instead of salt of copper, if you use copper metal, then same reaction would be termed as Gattermann's reaction. So if salt of copper is used, then it is Sand-Meyer's. If copper metal is used, then it is Gattermann's reaction. I told you earlier also that using Sand-Meyer's reaction and Gattermann's reaction, we can prepare chlorobenzene, bromobenzene, iodobenzene, but we cannot prepare fluorobenzene. Fluorobenzene can be prepared using only Ball-Siemens reaction. By using Ball-Simmons reaction. So in this Ball-Simmons reaction, again you can refer that video, Ball-Simmons reaction. So in this, benzene diazonium chloride is made to react with NaBF4, sodium tetrafluoroborate. Benzene diazonium chloride is made to react with NaBF4, Cl from here, Na from here goes in form NaCl, and this BF4 comes over here. So it results in formation of benzene diazonium tetrafluoroborate. Benzene diazonium tetrafluoroborate. Benzene diazonium tetrafluoroborate, and when it is strongly heated, this F comes on the ring, converting into fluorobenzene. So what we have done, we have converted chlorobenzene into bromobenzene, we have converted chlorobenzene into iodobenzene, we have converted chlorobenzene into fluorobenzene. These are the pathway. Chlorobenzene converted into aniline, then into benzene diazonium chloride, using cuprous bromide into bromobenzene, using cuprous iodide into iodobenzene, and then using sodium tetrafluoroborate into this intermediate, which on heating decompose to give fluorobenzene. So it gives fluorobenzene, benzene diazonium chloride made to react with sodium tetrafluoroborate, results in formation of benzene diazonium tetrafluoroborate, which on heating decompose to give fluorobenzene. This is called as Ball-Simmons reaction. So these are the various chemical properties of haloarine. Very important. It is very important. These reactions of haloarine are very important. Haloarine as compared to haloalkane is very less reactive, exhibit very few reaction. With haloalkane, reactions are comparatively more. With haloarine, reactions are comparatively less, and that too under